All right, now, how's it going? I'm back here at the wood yard to pick up another load of crap. If you watched the last video or so, I bucked up that oak wood and I had to leave a little bit on the ground. I just picked that up and loaded it into my truck. I'm a little winded from doing that, so excuse me, but we're doing something a little different. I'm gonna film while I'm driving here a minute. I gotta turn my truck around and the camera might fall over here because it's just kind of resting on my dashboard, but I'm gonna see if I can't turn around. Oh, it is muddy. It's a Friday and I could either sit at home and do nothing and waste time or get out here and make some damn wood. So I chose to come out and, like I said, get another load of crap here today and do something with my afternoon. I got wood sitting on the ground out here and, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's been raining on it. And so anyways, we got a big giant maple trunk down here that's got a big crotch on it, and I need to finish bucking that up. I started to do it last time I was here, but I ran out of gas right in the middle of it. So I'm going to finish making that cut and noodle that down, and my saw is really dull, so that maple log, it's got mud all over one side of it. I mean, it got dragged through the mud pretty good there. It's built up thick. I'm talking ½ inch plus of mud. So I'm coming in from the other side and I'm gonna buck down through it and then try to break it apart and stay away from that mud. Again, back to the chainsaw being needing to be sharpened. I guess you can see me over that. I'm gonna finish bucking that up before I sharpen the saw. So let me get through that, and hopefully I can muscle my way through that. The chain's getting pretty bad, and then I'll probably have to touch up my chain. And then there's some really nice fresh pin oak wood, and they just brought it in a few days ago. So we're gonna do a mix of that big maple log and some really nice pin oak, and that's what we're going to be doing. So I got just a little bit of a row in there from that wood from the other day, and I'm going to fill up a truckload with the rest of that. So let me get down here. I'm going to turn this off because I got to drive through some mud and do a bunch of backing up, and it's going to be bumpy, and I don't want to be I got to focus to get through this mud puddle. Let me get all set up down here. I got to get the tripod out. Got to get everything, my chaps on, my safety gear. I got to get my saw gassed up, oiled up. And we'll come back, and in 2 seconds, you'll be looking at this big maple chunk. Now, this thing was, I mean, it was 50-something inches wide. It was like big edge. It was a big crotch with a Y cut off right at the crotch. So where it wide off, it was 50-something inches and had a big weird piece. I've already trimmed it up a little bit, but like I said, I ran out of gas. So we're going to go make a couple cuts on this big weird hunk of crap and start bucking this stuff up. Now, I am going to have to figure out how to get these oak rounds in half because they're just too big I don't want to lift them up onto the splitter. I mean, you can go to woodweb.com and use the wood calculator and do these figures. They're probably 22 to 25 inches, and it's a pin oak. But you're looking at probably over 100 pounds per round. So either I'm going to have to use the axe and bust them in half, or the splitter, and we're going to go from there. So a long introduction. Like I said, we'll be right back with you when I get set up. All right, now everybody, you can see this hunk of crap here, and there's a big 5-way crown on the ground over here now, and I might mess with that a little bit, but it's also just full of mud, and but I might cut it up and try to move it out of the way. Now this thing was, I mean, it's out to here and I already cut that section up. It's sitting right over here. So I need to finish making a cut here in half, and then I might pick around on that a little bit and just try to move it the heck out of the way and get a little bit of wood out of it. There's a couple rounds I can see I can maybe get now. And then I got some pin oak that I already bucked up over here. One of them's got a big wire in it. The same thing we always see, that steel braided cable going into a big candy cane eye bolt hook thing. It's the same, everybody does the same thing. So I'm gonna have to get that and move it over here to my splitter, but there's all kinds of work to be done and I'm just ready to get on it. So sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Oh God, that is some heavy wood. I mean, that's maple, but that is some heavy stuff. Oh. I gotta make some room for myself here. Okay. All right, we're getting closer. Okay, so here's that pin oak wood, and you can see all of the staining in it where that wire is, but that is some really beautiful pin oak wood. And there's two more gigantic stump pieces over there across the way, but again, here's the same thing we always see. Now, I'm not at the tree company, so I can't see what the hell people are doing with these wires, but everybody does the exact same thing with these damn trees. It kind of blows my mind. It's always that, I don't know what that is. It's ½ inch or less, 5/16 or 7/16 or something, whatever. It's always that about ½ inch wire. I can't think of what's in between a half and a quarter right now. I'm sorry, but anyways, it's always that same thing going into a big old eye bolt. I mean, if you look right up here, there's another one on a cedar tree or an arborvitae or something right there. Same exact situation. I mean, everybody does the same thing. So I got 5 of these oak rounds here, and then all of this maple wood that I just bucked up that has mud all over it, but it's just on one side. So, oh, there's a free arborvitae right there. I could cut that up too while I'm here now, right here. So I might cut that free arborvitae up and give that to somebody. If I remember, I'll do that. But anyways, now I'm going to start splitting this stuff. And this sawdust makes a nice little rug over all the mud, by the way. So I got a little area here, and you can see I got a little bit of wood in the truck. That's from the other day, just a little bit of oak and locust in there. Some piece of crap. But let's get splitting this stuff. I don't want to be out here forever. Okay, boys and girls, I got that wood all bucked up, as you said. I'm going to go ahead and split this. I'm not going to record it. It is a bunch of crotchy, tough splitting. The splitter will get through it. You've seen it do that before, and I got plenty of footage here today, so I'm just going to get to work. It should be about a truckload of wood now between that and that pin oak, and I might have to wrestle that oak over here and figure out how to get it halved up to get it on the splitter, but I will check in here when I'm done splitting all this, let you know how close to a truckload it was, show you what it's looking like, and we'll go from there, see how much work I get done after that. Just have to see. Okay, everybody, that's how much wood I got split, but I'm going to have to be done for today with the splitting. I hate to have to report this, but my log splitter valve just broke off. Now you can see how it just pulled right off. I mean, when I go to yank on it, it just tears apart, so I can't retract. I can push it into the forward mode and make the ram extend, but when you try to put it back this way, That whole piece of metal has cracked and broken off of my valve. So anyways, that's under warranty, and that's a weird deal. You know, I'll probably end up getting a new valve under warranty. I could try to weld that and get some more life out of it, but I don't have my welder with me. I'd have to do that at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and buck some more wood up while I'm here and make use of my day. And that's gonna be the video for today. I'm a little disappointed, but I do have the Power Connects log splitter, so I can put the Power Connects back into use. So we'll be back in action with the Canon. I'll just try to hold the camera, I guess. I'll have to get the Canon back in action, and we'll get a new valve on the way. So, you know, like I said, I could try to weld that thing too. I might try to weld it and get some more use out of it, but we'll have to see, because if I weld it and put some little bitty spot weld and then it breaks when I'm out here in the field, I'm going to be pissed off. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap this up, buck up some of this damn wood, this pin oak over here, and just get some more work done while I'm here, and that'll be the video. See you guys later. Okay, if you signed on to this video to see the valve break on my log splitter, I saved it for the very last thing, so I don't want to hear about it in the comments. But hey, go ahead and comment about it, because it helps the video. Now, there will be a repair probably coming up in the next few videos. As soon as I get this part in, we'll do the repair and I'll make a video out of it. So stay tuned for that.